reading. I'm going to do tarot cards and then we'll move on to your relationship cards after that. Before I start, I'm offering a gift at the moment, and many people who have taken up this offer are really, really enjoying these readings. I'm going to be giving you as a gift a year ahead personal 2022 forecast if you order the soulmate or twin flame reading. Right, that link I will put in the description box below. It's to my website and you can purchase the soulmate or twin flame reading there. And then I will do your very own personal 2022 year ahead forecast as a gift to you along with that reading. So take up that offer quickly. It's a very good one while it lasts. Right, so let's see, Cancer, what's in store for you guys for January of 2022. Take quite a few cards. Okay, that's a very Cancerian card. Okay. All right. Okay. And one last one. Okay, so if I look at the cards starting off, 2 water cards, which are your cards, right? Oh, look at that. That's interesting. 2 cards came one up with the other, so they've got a message there for you. So the 6 of water to me is always a Cancerian card. It's nostalgia, it's dreaming about better times, it's seeing things through a particular lens, which is rosy. Cancerians are like their homebodies, so even if they like to go places, which many Cancerians actually do, they like to get around, they still like to have a little nest to come home to. Even while they're traveling, they like to have a little nest that they can go back to at night or sleep in or whatever. And this card is very much that kind of feeling, 6 of water for you, Cancerian. You start off January wanting a home base, feeling like a home base, feeling nostalgic about a place that felt like home, or home staying like home, not shifting and changing, okay? The 4 of water says you're feeling that very deeply. So you may not be realizing that the shifts and changes that are taking place have an amazing opportunity for you. In there is an incredible opportunity. But because you're wanting home to stay like home, and you're wanting things to feel like home, and you don't want things to change all the time, there's something that you're not quite seeing that offers you an amazing doorway opportunity. So where change comes in at the moment and shifts and alters your home base or your home life or what you consider being home, even going back and forth to work every day pretty similarly can feel like home. Or not wanting to be at work, just want to be at home. There's an opportunity here that is being provided with this feeling of discomfort that you're possibly not seeing quite what all it can be offering for you. But in January, you're going to be seeing that. The 4 of Earth says that you're needing to make a good business decision in January. That could have, all of this could have to do what we were discussing in the beginning. So there's something about needing to make a good decision business-wise, materialistically, for your future, making that stable, secure base that you like to have, those stable, secure foundations that you like to have. And it also can play a part, this card, in just watching that you don't overspend, okay? Because sometimes you like to have all the lovely little things in life and the goodies and buy things and gadgets. Cancers love gadgets. So just watch the spending a little, especially in January. The Awakening card says looking at things from a different perspective, okay? Seeing things differently. Yeah, temporary standstill, it's important to be yourself. It's more a case of something has turned you upside down, okay? It's turned your life a little bit upside down, or you're feeling like you're hanging there and you can't make a forward movement. It's wanting you to see things differently. And it's now come up as well with that 4 of water that's saying you're missing an opportunity here. You're not quite seeing. January will show it to you, though. That because you're feeling like stuck in something and you want it to be different, you want it to be feel more like home, feel more like it did in the past somewhere, something like that, you're missing the doorway or the opportunity being presented to you at the moment. But in January, you do get to see it. And the 5 of water along with the Lovers came up together, which means that there's something missing in your life at the moment, or something you planned, or something that was unfolding didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. So now a choice or decision needs to be made, and we've already seen that a wise decision needs to be made. And the Lovers talks about here, especially in this lineup, about a choice or decision that needs to be made. Now the Five of Cups is, 3 of the cups are overturned and 2 of the cups are still standing. What does that say to us? Okay, that there are 2 opportunities here for you that you may be missing because you are focused on what is not working and what didn't go the way you wanted to and what isn't the way you wanted it to be. But there's 2 opportunities presenting themselves to you in January that have huge potential. So look out for those and make good, wise decisions where those are concerned. The 7 of Fire does talk about standing your ground about something. So this wise choice or decision that needs to be made, and it definitely has connections to your stability and your security. You may be going to need to stand your ground where it is concerned. So you need to make that choice or decision, and that's maybe why the choice or decision is difficult for you, because you're going to find that there's a little bit of opposition, and you're aware of this. You know there's going to be a bit of opposition, but you're going to need to stand your ground. Because the final tarot card, which is 2 of Fire, right, speaks about cementing a contract, making a partnership, securing a partnership. But you are standing firmly on your own 2 feet as well, okay? So it's a partnership where it's very equal partners, but you could be a bit stronger in that partnership too, all right? But it's that kind of opportunity that's coming up for you by the end of January. And it needn't even be a formal agreement. It could very well be, you could be signing a contract, sealing a contract, but it's a partnership kind of contract, okay? It's not you working for someone else. And you standing very firmly in your portion of this contract, in the side that you have to bring to the table. You've come into your own. You've been through this whole decision-making process and learning and evolution that has been happening. And when you arrive at the point where you say to this person, right, we're making this contract, you and I, you come quite prepared for it and fully aware of what you want out of it, because you've gone through, I think, where that 6 of Water and 4 of Water and 5 of Water were concerned, you've gone through realizing and learning what you don't want and what doesn't make you happy, and maybe you even went after those things and they didn't deliver for you what you wanted. But by the end of January, you know very clearly what you want, you state what you want, and within that contractual relationship, you get what you want. Okay, like I said, it's not even necessarily a formal contract. You could decide you're going to take up ballroom dancing classes. I don't know why that's coming to mind. Somebody is going to be doing that. And you have found the right teacher and you strike a contract with them, okay? But they're teaching you and you're a student, but you're important. Students are always important. You're on a good footing there. Yeah, and you do need your feet for ballroom dancing, don't you? It's just an example. But it's not necessarily, like I say, a building contract or a banking contract or something like that. It can be something totally different, a lifestyle contract. But you really know what you want when you go into it. You fully understand what it is you want out of this, and you push ahead for it, and you're quite firm in your belief in wanting it. So I'm doing this reading now, the end of December, so it might not actually quite have presented itself fully to you yet. By the end of January, you're going to know what this is and what we were talking about here. Right, now let's see what's in relationships for Cancer for January 22. Ooh, a jumpy card. Healing family issues. And it's interesting you got that 6 of Water, because it can often be family things that one is dealing with 6 of Water, and you are finding yourself, I think, in relationship realm, whether you're in one or looking for one, possibly dealing with an old dynamic that did need to be healed up. And January sees you coming into that story well on the way to healing whatever it may be. Passion, someone stirs it, okay? So you're feeling very passionately out about your partner or prospective partner, but you're feeling deeply and strongly about this situation with a partner. All right, let's see what else is coming up here. Okay. Okay. Right. And one final card. Right. Okay, so what we see here is you're going to need to give a relationship a chance. If you're getting into one or you're in one already, things need to unfold. They need to move along a little bit in the story before you can be making solid decisions or solid choices or judgments even, okay? You don't know everything about the story yet. It still needs to unfold a little bit further. is pay attention to red flags and unrequited love. So you are dealing with feeling rejection in some way. That's the button that's going to be pushed for you in January. Healing family issues says to me, you can heal this particular thing in relationships, this particular feeling you get in relationships, this aspect of relationships that pushes that button for you. And you'll probably find if that button is easily pushed in you, it's a deep-seated issue, and you may be constantly calling in people that push that button. Or within an existing relationship, you find that button pushed often because it is a button that needs to be fixed, okay? Now, what's interesting here is you get retreat and heart-to-heart conversations as your final card. So what it is required here, whether it's a new relationship or an existing relationship, is to actually find somewhere quiet with your partner, away from everything, especially away from the electronic devices, outside influences, outside opinions, whatever it may be. If you can go away together and spend quiet time together, that's the best. And get into a deep conversation with your partner. Now, when I say that's what one should do, it's also what's most likely going to happen, because those are the energies that are being read here. They're the ones that are going to play out. So you're most likely going to find yourself before the end of January heading off somewhere with a partner or prospective partner and having some real quiet, good quality time together where you get to have deep discussions about what it is that was pushing your buttons. Because there's definitely, like I said, more to the story than is meeting the eye at the moment. It's interesting because something came up today and it popped into my mind. It's all about them, it's not about you, and we know that. So that heart-to-heart conversation can perhaps for you highlight what it is with the other person that made them behave in such a way that you are feeling that rejection again, that rejection button is being pushed for you. And if you're wanting to get into new relationships and you're not quite there yet, a bit of quiet time, having a conversation with yourself is also probably a good idea, okay? So why do my buttons get pushed? Why do other people's behavior impact on me and immediately make me feel rejected? Ask oneself that question. And the answer is, well, because it happened before, so I automatically assume that's what's happening now. But it's not always necessarily the case. Most of the time, people are having their own things going on, and you kind of just in the line of sight, and you on the receiving end of their own things that are going on, okay? A deliberate rejection, where someone really sets out to deliberately reject you, well, you'll recognize that from a mile off, and that actually very seldom happens. People have got their own stuff going on, and we are usually on the receiving end of it, and we sometimes just need to take that step back and recognize it for what it is and move on from there. And a good conversation can sometimes clear the air as well. Okay, so Cancer, that is your reading for the month of January 2022. That one dropped out again. So I think also, I said January 2022, didn't I? My mind and my mouth are in two different places at the moment. Okay, so just remember when someone pushes your button to take a step back and think, okay, so why is this pushing me so much? And then sometimes the answer, having that heart-to-heart conversation with yourself, makes you realize that it was a button pushed. And then perhaps that's not entirely what they meant. And if that is what they meant, so why did they do that, okay? It's that kind of energy coming through you, trying to read what this energy is for you. So Cancer, give it a chance, have a conversation, and you're going to be healing up something, is basically in a nutshell. Right, so if you'd like to take advantage of that wonderful offer, gift that I have for you at the moment, I will put that link in the description box below in a moment. Sending you love and hugs for the month of January, and we'll speak again soon.